Hello guys, and welcome back to Slow Life Trading. I got a new one for you guys today and you're gonna love it. I do believe. You know, with Slow Life Trading, what we try to do is keep things simple, okay? So you can make your money and then get on with your life. And as you can see in some of my videos, you'll see me talking about trading, but you'll also see me just enjoying life around Merida and wherever else that I go, okay? So today what I'm gonna talk to you about is another style of trading. And this is not a style of trading that I'm doing a lot of, and really I don't even hardly do it. But one of my students brought it to my attention, and I just gotta tell you guys about it. So anyway, here we go. What we do a lot of in our day trading is we trade options, okay? And there's a lot of different strategies. But I just want you to know, there's a lot of different option strategies. And no matter how many different option strategies there is, and this is just a few of them, it's way more than this. I want you to know two things. No matter how many different strategies it is, and no matter what strategy is, they all gonna either have all calls, all puts, or a combination of calls and puts, okay? I don't care what strategy it is, okay? And sometimes they have a lot of different names for the same strategy. For instance, you got vertical calls. That can also be a credit spread call, or it could be a bear call spread, you know, and then if it's a debit, it can be a bull call spread. And then you got vertical puts, same thing. It could be a credit put spread, it could be a debit put spread, it can be a bull put spread. All of them is the same thing as a vertical put, okay? You got iron condors, that's a credit spread where you playing with calls and puts. You got an iron butterfly, that's a spread where you play with calls and puts. And I talk about all these strategies in my classes, okay, every month, twice a month. The second Thursday and the fourth Thursday of every month, okay? Well, the one that we're gonna talk about today, it's actually two of them. Basically the same thing, just the opposite of each other. But the one that we're gonna talk about today, and the one that I'm excited to bring to you guys today is, and I'm just gonna cover it on surface. If you need to know more about these strategies, you need to sign up with Slow Life Trading and get in the class, okay? Well, what I'm gonna talk to you about is butterfly calls and butterfly puts, okay? If it's a butterfly call, you're usually gonna be bullish. And if it's a butterfly put, you're usually gonna be bearish, okay? Now, the difference between these butterflies that's different from what I usually talk about in my strategy is they're more directional, okay? So that's the major difference. Now, in trading, you have risk, okay? You can't get out of risk. But there's more than one type of risk. For instance, what I have always focused on in my style of trading is the risk involving not the amount of money you're using so much, but I focused on the risk of actually winning, okay? Because I like winning, even if it's a small amount. And that's why I like what I call the golden goose strategy, which is where you're making anywhere between about 0.5% to about 2% a day, okay? Sometimes it may be a little bit more, but for the most part, it's right around that 0.5% to 1%, okay, per day. And the probabilities of you making that money is very high, like in the 90s, like 95% or better odds that you're gonna make that money, okay? But you have to be very disciplined, because if you lose in this strategy, you have to get out and cut your losses. And if you're doing one, we try not to lose no more than $100, okay? But you could lose more than that because you're trading with, say, $1,000 to make this 1%, okay? So if you're not disciplined, you could lose big time. That's why you hear me focus on you have to be disciplined. Well, there's another type of risk too. This other type of risk, what it is not necessarily going on the probability of you winning being so high, but what is going on is you're going to play with such a small amount until your risk is low in that way. For instance, we're not going to risk no more than $100. And no matter what happens, you cannot lose no more than what you put in this trade. And I'm very strongly recommend no more than $100. It may go over that a little bit, but it could go under that as well, okay? But you kind of want to keep it right around that $100. But here's the exciting part, and this is the part that I don't usually talk about. But I realize now that this is what a lot of people are looking for. And anyway, here we go. What you can do is you can take $100 and you can make upward of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700, and sometimes even more than that, percent return. So you can take $100 and make a profit of, let's just say $800. But usually, let's say a profit of about $100. You can double your money, basically. And you can do all this in a day. And the reason why I talk about it in slow life trading, because I like to keep things simple, okay? The cool thing about this is you still do not have to go out and look for, a whole lot of different stocks, even though you can play it on the other stocks. But with slow life trading, I'm talking about playing this strategy on one stock, the S&P 500 or the SPX. And that's it. If it works for you, you could win double your money or at least 50% of your money in a day, okay? Or more. But if it loses, you're only gonna lose this, $100 or so, okay? And I'm just using this example. Now, here's the difference between the way I'm trading, making this 1%, and the way that I'm talking about today. Your probability of winning is not going to be 95% or better. But the amount of money that you could win could be way high. You could double your money, okay? Or you can take 50% of your money today. Or you can take 25% of your money. It just depends on you. But I will tell you this. If you get really good at picking direction, this strategy can really work for you, okay? So what I'm gonna do today is show you how this strategy really works. Okay, here we go. Let's say, for instance, we're playing this on the SPX. And the SPX, from what I remember, closed at about $5,005. I could be wrong, but let's just use that number. Okay. Let's say you think this stock is going to go up. Okay? And we'll go more detail into this in class, but I'm going to hit you with a little bit of detail on this today so you can kind of get an idea of how this works. Okay. Remember, no matter what strategy you use, it's going to be either all calls, all puts, or multiple of call and puts, because they're all options, okay? So, in this situation, what we're going to use is all calls. And we're going to use 4 different strike prices, or 3 different strike prices, but 4 different options. Here we go. If we think this stock is going up, and let's say we think it's going to go up about $25, okay? This is what we can do. We can buy the 5 30 calls for, let's say, these are just examples, these are not real numbers. Let's say we can buy this for, say, $4. Okay? Which in option terms, that equals to $400. And I know you guys are saying, that's not $100. And you're true, that's right. But when you really start to learn options, what you will learn is a way that they say you can use the option market will give you a way to make some creative financing. And what it can do is reduce your risk or reduce the amount of money that you're playing with, okay? So here's what we can do. We think this stock is gonna go over 530. Okay, we think it's gonna go up at least 25, 30 points, okay? So we buy the 50-30 calls for $4. Well, that's expensive. And if it don't go over there, or if it don't go up, you could lose your money, okay? The next thing we're gonna do is sell the 50-40 calls. And let's say we sell them for, say, $2. Okay? I'm sorry. Okay, now, we buy one of these, we sell two of these. You buy one for $400, that equals to $400. You sell two of these 50-40 calls for $2, that equals $400, okay? And then you buy one okay, now, then you buy, and I'm just doing simple math here so we can understand it, okay? Here we go. You think it's gonna go up at least $30 or so, okay? So we get just under $30, which is $5. Now, I'm just using this as an example, okay? If you think it's gonna go up $10, or if you think it's gonna go up $50, or if you think it's gonna go down, you can do the same thing, just do it, the different strike prices. Okay, now, the way you decide how much the stock market is gonna move, if you want to know something about that, hey, join the class and I can give you some ideas on that. Okay? Now, as you guys have probably heard me say in the class, I am probably the worst directional picker of stocks. Okay? Which is the reason why I do credit spreads that are way out of the money and give me a chance to win even when I'm wrong. Okay? With this one, in order to win, you kind of need to be right. And keyword there is kinda. Need to be right, okay? Not 100% right, but kind of need to be right. You need to go in the direction you want it to go to. Okay, now, so you buy two of these 530s for $4. I'm sorry, you buy one of these 530s for $4. Times one is $400. You sell two of these 540s for $2. $2 times two is $400, okay? And then you buy one of these 550 calls for $1. Okay? So you say $4 minus $4 equals 0 plus $1 equals $1. So your net cost equals $1. Okay? In options, that means your net cost is $100. So now, you may ask me, well, Robert, why I didn't just buy the 550 calls for $1? And I wouldn't have to do all that. And I would tell you that is true. But here's the difference. Now you need this stock to move up by all the way up here to 50, which is $45. Here, we only needed to move up by $45. Now you say, well, how do you make your money? Well, here's how you make your money. This strike price right here is the main strike price that we're playing. Okay? If this stock moves up, this is going to move up. Okay? This strike price right here is going to move up. Yeah, these are going to move up too, but they're not going to move up as much as this one is going to move up. Okay? And then this one is going to move up as well, but it's not going to move up as fast as this one either. So, when this whole, all three of these together are going to be put on as one trade, and it's called a butterfly. In this case, it's called a call butterfly. When this price right here gets to the point where it equals, say, $1.50, you can get out of this trade and make a 50% profit. When this price right here gets to the point where it can equal to $2, you can get out of that trade and it will equal to 100% profit. But here's the part that's a trip. Because this is a $10 spread, and $10 spreads mean it's $1,000 apart from each other, okay? A lot of y'all not gonna get this. And again, you can come to the Slow Life Trading class and we're gonna explain this in detail. And we're gonna be explaining this in detail probably in the next, I'm gonna start teaching this in my class probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks, okay? Just depends on how the other courses that I'm teaching right now go. But this particular thing on butterflies, I'm gonna start teaching in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So if you wanna get in on it, you got time. Anyway, because this is a $10 spread, if for some reason this stock gets to the point where it lands exactly at 540, this spread will go to $1,000, okay? Which means you be to spent $1, and the prices now would be $1,000 or $10. You spend $100, and now it would be $1,000, which means you would have made a $900 profit, okay? That's a 900% return that you could make in one day. Here's the bad part about that. The chances of that happen is not good, okay? It's not good. It would have to go from this price to exactly this price right here. That's probably not going to happen. But here's what will happen, or can happen. And this is why I say you may just want to make 50%. If this stock moves up, I don't know, $5 or something, you could be out of this trade at $1.50. Okay? If it goes up more than that, it could start going up higher, and I don't know where it goes. But for me, if I was trading this, I would be shooting for the 50% to 100% for a double. I think that's good. If you want to go for more than that, this is the way I would say play it. Buy this, buy 5 of them, take off 4 at somewhere between 100% profit or 50% profit, and then leave 1 on and see how much it can make you. The cool thing about this strategy here is it's hard to lose 100%. Now it can, because all the stock has to do is go against you. But even if you lose 100%, all you have lost is $100, okay? I don't care what happened. I don't care if the world come to an end. All you will lose is the amount of money that you pay for this strategy, which is right here. $1, which is $100, okay? Keep in mind, whenever I say $1, that means $100. If I say $10, that means $1,000. Whatever number I say, Do it times 100, okay? Keep that in mind. Now, the chances of you making this money to 1,000 is not good. But it is significantly increases if you're only trying to make 50%, okay? And it's a little less than that if you're trying to get a double. This trade combines direction, because it has to move in your direction, and time. Because all you really want to happen is you want time to come out of this trade, this strike price here, the 50-40s, and you want time to come out of this price here. Okay? And you want this price to be in the money. So if the price gets to $5.30, this is going to be worth $5. Okay? If the price gets to 40, this one right here is going to be worth $10, and these others right here would expire worthless. So in order to make that whole 1,000, you would have to carry this all the way to the end of the day, okay? And it would have to land exactly on this price. Can it happen? Anything can happen. We can win the lottery, okay? But the chances of that happening is not very good. I have seen trades like this make you anywhere between taking $100 or even $75 and turn it into $800 minus the $75, so it'd be $725 profit. Now, the one thing that I'm not counting in all of this trading, I'm not counting the commissions. Every broker has a different commission rate, so it just depends on what your commission rate is, okay? But, so whatever these numbers are, you have to take that out of have to take commissions out of that profit. What I'm just giving you right now is just a straight up trade, okay? Everybody's commission is different. And this is not a trade, you just got to know this from the get-go. This is not a trade that you're going to win on every single time, okay? But the good side of that is you can win so much more, so you don't have to win every single time, okay? Want to throw it out there, just want to make it known for you. But if you want to learn more about this and some of the other strategies that I teach, and if you want to do a put, it would be the same thing where it's the exact same thing, but now you think the market's going to go down. Okay, so you play the put. It's the exact opposite of this. But anyway, if you want to learn more about this, you can go to Slow Life Trading. You can join the classes. We're going to be talking about this in the next couple of weeks. But we're always talking about something. The classes on the 2nd and the 4th Thursday of every month. If you want to learn about the Golden Goose strategy and the compound collar and some of the other different things we're talking about, it's all there. And if you just want to get on our email list to get some of the latest information that we're doing, I'm gonna put all that information down below. Okay, when you read about this YouTube video. So anyway, guys, like I said, one of my students brought this to my attention. I brought it up in class very briefly because I knew it was a complicated subject to understand, and it kind of goes against the way I normally teach. But I realized that a lot of people are interested in ways where they can take a little bit amount of money and make a whole lot of money on it. So this is a way that we can do that. And yet we're still keeping it simple, so you don't have to be trying to hunt and find all these different type of stocks. You don't have to have a stock list of 20 stocks and try to figure out which one of these stocks you're going to play today. No, it's still one stock, and you still could trade it every single day if you wanted to, that the market is open, okay? The only difference with this is you have to predict where you think the market is going. That's it. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Tried to keep it short and sweet, but I wanted to give you enough meat so you can kind of know what I'm talking about. But anyway, hey, this is me. I'm still here teaching people how to trade. This is Slow Life Trading, and I'm Robert. Until the next time, as I always say, Peace out and keep it slow.